Today Baba is giving us the method for spiritual health, and the secret to health is a combination of diet and exercise. Even to keep the body healthy, you need a combination of diet and exercise. And Baba says that for spiritual health also, we need a combination of diet and exercise. And what is it that we have to avoid, or what is it that we have to abstain from, or what is the dieting that we have to do? So, when we say dieting, so diet means you avoid something, right? So Baba says, what is the diet that you have to be wary of, or that you don't have to take in order to get spiritual health? So Baba says the diet of waste thought has to be avoided. So don't consume or create waste thought. So Baba says that, this diet of waste, and Baba has always told us that waste is equal to weight. So the soul is burdened by waste thoughts. Now, what is waste thought? So, thinking about anything of this old world is a waste thought. So, thinking about people, events, situations, or thinking about the past, or thinking about the limited future, it is all waste thought. So just think about how much waste thought we are creating in a day. How many of you think that at least 80% is waste thought? So yes, so more than 80% in fact. So if we check, we will understand that most of our thoughts are waste thoughts, because we are thinking about the old world and matters of the old world and behaviors and people and personalities and events of the old world, about which we have absolutely no control. And do you understand that there is nothing in this old world that you can control? Because this old world is a product of 63 births of the karmic account that we have created, the collective karma that we have done, and every cycle we do the same thing, and this is a prefixed world right now. So at this point of time you would say it is prefixed by whatever we did in the past. So this is this is how it is going to be. You can't, there is your thinking about it, or your feeling sorry about it, or your crying about it is not going to change it. And we keep creating these waste thoughts about why is, and what is the seed of a waste thought? How does the waste thought start? Why, what, how? Yes. So when we say why, especially, why is this person like this? Why are they behaving like this? Why are they doing this? Or why is this situation like this? Or how long is it going to continue? Or what is going on? So when we create these thoughts, these are the waste thoughts. And these waste thoughts come from the desire to change that which we were supposed to accept. So the drama is supposed to be accepted the way it is. But when we start questioning the drama, questioning the scenes of the drama, or questioning the parts that other co-actors are playing, not understanding that they are all prefixed, then we start creating waste thoughts. And these waste thoughts make the soul very burdened. And what happens when there is a huge burden on the soul? So, just like, when somebody has a lot of body weight, they can't run, right? So, similarly, the weight on the soul, when the burden on the soul is too much, the soul cannot um, the soul cannot exercise. When, what is the exercise that Baba tells the soul to do? Baba tells us to visit the three worlds, visit the past, present and future, rotate the cycle of 84 births, and remember Baba, go to the soul world, stabilize yourself in your most subtle form, or the form of a light. And the soul will not be able to do all of that if there is the burden of waste thought or the weight of waste thought. And interestingly, I will share one example with you. There's one sister, and she's coming for the course for some days, and she's quite a good soul, deity soul, looks like a deity soul. So the first day when she was when she was listening to the class, she was all alert. But as soon as I started giving her the meditation, she started feeling sleepy. And then she went home, and then next day she told me, why do I feel sleepy in meditation? Whenever the commentary is going on, I feel sleepy. So I told her that's because of waste thoughts. So she said, do you know, yesterday when you were giving the commentary and I was feeling sleepy and I couldn't chase the commentary, I couldn't think on the lines that you were speaking, I thought maybe I'm physically tired and maybe I'm sleepy. So then I thought that's also a good idea, because I was not getting good sleep for some time. So then when I went back, I thought that now I'll be able to sleep very well. But when I went back, I tried to sleep, but I couldn't sleep. So I was awake until 2 a.m. and I was just surfing my phone. So then I thought, there is a different reason why I couldn't meditate. It was not about physical tiredness. And then I told her, no, it's not the physical tiredness. It is the tiredness of the soul. And when the soul has a lot of burden of waste, when you keep creating waste thoughts, then when you try to meditate, you will not be able to focus on the soul, on your spiritual stage. You will not be able to remove your attention from the soul world and take it to Baba and allow it to be anchored in Baba's remembrance, or remembering the subtle world, your angelic state, or remembering the 84 birth cycle. You will not be able to do that. So Baba says that this is why it's very important to keep myself free from the burden of these waste thoughts. So now we are listening to this in the Murli today, and obviously we are sitting in the class, so our aim is to be spiritually healthy. But if I want to be spiritually healthy, I have to take care to not create waste thoughts. And all through the day, you have to keep checking yourself. And the best method to not create waste thoughts or have the diet of waste thought, do you know, when you do physical dieting, what happens is, if you don't eat the right kind of food, if you don't keep your stomach full with the right kind of food, then the wrong kind of food will attract you. Yes, and you will not be able to abstain from eating the wrong kind of food. So, the key to dieting is eating healthy. And similarly, Baba says that the key to having this spiritual diet of not consuming waste thoughts is to keep your mind and intellect busy in churning the productive, powerful, elevated thoughts that Baba gives. So this is why we have to, now you see, creating powerful, elevated thoughts is not my sanskar right now. For 63 births, creating waste and vicious thoughts is my sanskar. So I have to, in order to create this sanskar of, thinking elevated and positive thoughts, I have to practice it. And that is why Baba says, kickstart this process of Vichar Sagar Manthan, churning on points of knowledge. And if you, in the beginning, whenever you start something, it takes some time for you to build that pace or get into the habit and pattern of doing it. So we have to take up this, practice of churning the elevated points of truth so that we can abstain from wasteful thinking. And this is very important if you want spiritual health. And just health is very valuable. And physical health is something that everybody works towards, but physical health cannot be guaranteed, right? Because even those people who diet and exercise a lot, they get diseases, right? Because we are living in a time of karmic settlement, and one of the ways through which karmic settlement shows up is through physical illness. So if there is a burden of sins which are craving to be settled that way, you can't stop it. So Baba says that every child of Baba should aim for spiritual fitness, because what is the power through which you can keep even your body going at times of grave illness is the power of the spiritual health. So first thing is this diet, not consuming waste thoughts, keeping abstinence from waste thoughts, and that happens when you consume the healthy diet of elevated and knowledgeful thoughts. And then exercise. Baba says, what is the exercise we have to do for spiritual health? Switch into your bodiless state now and again. And just like, people these days recommend that don't do 1 hour of exercise together, but 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes all through the day, you keep doing, that brings more benefit. So Baba says, not just 15 minutes, but, every hour take out some time for this exercise. And especially early in the morning, we do this exercise of being bodiless, and then all through the day, at least some minutes in an hour I take out and do this exercise of being bodiless. And you see, when you engage in this exercise of being bodiless, the first thing you have to learn is to let go. And that itself is a very powerful act which restores spiritual health. So when you just let go of all the awareness of the body and the world outside, and all the awareness is basically creating a lot of burden on you. So just let go of all the awareness of the body and the physical world and stabilize yourself in your bodiless state. What is the bodiless state like? I'm just a star of light. And in that state of being a star of light, I usually practice 3 things. I'm still, I'm silent, and I'm peaceful. So there is this stillness, no movement, silence, no thoughts, and peace, the experience of pure positive peace. And that is my practice of, you can take many aspects of bodilessness. You can take the aspect of being, detached, pure, fearless, anything, eternal. But I like to practice it like this. And in that state of bodilessness, so bodilessness is a state in which you naturally draw Baba's light and might. Because just like, when the wire is naked, it gets connected to, whenever there is a naked wire lying, you will get a shock if you touch it, because that naked wire is a conduit, it is transmitting energy. So Baba says that this state of bodilessness is like a state of being a conduit in which you are absorbing and receiving Baba's energy. And the moment you switch into bodilessness, you cannot be bodiless and alone. So bodiless cannot be a lonely state. Whenever I am bodiless, I am in the company of Baba. So bodilessness is a sweet state of Baba's company. Bodilessness is not a dry state, a lonely state where I'm a soul and I'm a soul alone. No. Whenever I'm bodiless, I'm in the company of Baba. And Baba is showering me with love, peace, joy, healing me, purifying me, energizing me, restoring me. So that is the state of bodilessness. So Baba says, switch into this state of bodilessness every now and then, and that is the exercise you do, and just keep creating powerful positive thoughts and fill your mind space with so much knowledgeful thought that waste thoughts don't enter your intellect. And that is the way to become spiritually healthy. And I would like to add one thing. What is the sign of spiritual health? So the sign of spiritual health is timetable and mind table. Those who are able to stick to the timetable that Baba has given, and those who are able to stick to the mind table that Baba has given, creating good wishes, good feelings, having an attitude of soul consciousness, and the timetable. If you are every day able to get up at Amrit Vela, and you are able to sleep at the right time, you are able to eat food in Baba's remembrance every day, and it's happening naturally and effortlessly. And if you are able to stick to the timetable of your murli, your class, or every other timetable that Baba gives us, mind table is whatever is the program for the mind that Baba gives. So Baba gives a program for the mind. See, the mind should only think good wishes, have feelings of good wishes and good feelings for everyone, or see the virtues, or see the soul when you see anybody. So these are the things. If you are able to do this, if you are able to stick to your timetable and in your mind space, you create only those thoughts and feelings which Baba allows you to create. And mind table, Baba also tells us according to the time what thoughts you create. So at Amrit Vela you don't create thoughts of seva. At Amrit Vela you create thoughts of soul consciousness and union with Baba. At the time of Murli, you are able to think about the Murli. At the time of work, you are able to be a Karm Yogi. You are able to work in Baba's remembrance. At the time of going to sleep, you are able to withdraw your man and buddhi from everything else and sit in Baba's remembrance. That is called the mind table. And if you are able to follow our timetable and mind table, that is the sign that you are a healthy soul. So this is all about spiritual health that Baba tells us. And then Baba tells us that do not gossip, because gossip spoils the atmosphere. And we are the souls who have been entrusted with the duty to create a powerful atmosphere through our attitude. And the lawmakers shouldn't be lawbreakers. And Baba says, if you do the opposite of it, that's not right on our part, right? So we have to abstain from gossip. Now, what is gossip? What is gossip? Whether you say, whenever you discuss people, whether you are telling something true about them or untrue about them, discussing people is gossip. Because you see, even if you're discussing something true, it could be very unkind. Because even when somebody is, maybe somebody did something, but they did something because they are weak. And if you discuss that, if you are deriving pleasure out of, analyzing it and discussing it with others, that is gossip. And gossip is not a good act. Gossip is not a healthy act for the soul. And Baba says, do not discuss people. People, personalities, behaviors, bodies. We don't discuss all that. All of that is gossip. The body and the bodily, personalities and interactions and behaviors, conduct, whatever you do, that is not something that Brahmins should do. And I remember, there was this one person, and they told me that, that particular sister, she named somebody, and she said that that particular sister is taking medicines for depression. So she's she goes to the center every day, and I'm feeling sorry for her. And I told her, no, you're not feeling sorry. You are deriving entertainment and telling me that that person is suffering from depression and they are taking medicines. So why are you sharing this information with me? This is gossip, and I am not her mentor. So if I was her mentor, if I was a teacher, I was her instrument teacher, then you telling me also would mean something. But I am not her instrument teacher. So then what will I do by knowing this? I will only create waste thoughts in my mind, and that is vikarma. Why should I do that? And you see, when you gossip, when you discuss other people's lives and personalities and behaviors and all that, is creating a very negative environment. And Baba says, gossip spoils the atmosphere, and double underline this. Whether it is true or untrue doesn't matter. Even if it is true, it is unkind. So we are kind souls. We are compassionate souls. We don't engage in behavior that is unkind. And that which we are doing in the form of gossip is, even if we are discussing something that is true about somebody, that is spoiling the atmosphere, because that may be true, but it is nevertheless negative. And when you discuss something negative, when you think something negative, the atmosphere is affected by it. And just think about how much of discussion you have about people, people and aspects pertaining to people. How much talk do you engage in, or how much do you listen about it? So you do, right? So there is a lot of gossip. And then what is happening? You're spoiling your own state, you're spoiling the atmosphere. And Baba says, instead of that, what do? You find any time, any little slot of time you have, Just sit quiet and practice remembering Baba. There is nothing to talk except when you are sharing gyan with somebody. There is no need for talk. And in the center, everybody tells me you have only two moods. Either you're just sitting shut up, or you are taking class. So I say, because there's nothing else to do. What else would I do? If there is a class, I share gyan. If there is no class, what else is there to talk about? Just the general instructions, cook this, or this has to happen, or this has to be done. That's all. Otherwise, what need is there to talk? No need to talk. So Baba says that scrolling my phone, gossip? Yes, of course. Gossip about the whole world. Yes, what is that celebrity doing? What is that person sitting in another country doing? So that is all gossip. People, whenever there is thought and discussion about people, that's gossip. So, and there is celebrity gossip, and there is all that kind of gossip that people are enjoying on social media platforms. So all that is, so if you are using the phone to learn something or to create something, that's different. But if you're just, getting information about people, and a celebrity gossip is huge on social media. So Baba says that no need to do all that, and just sit and remember Baba, practice remembering Baba, keep your mouth shut and remember Baba. That is the only thing we need to do. And Baba says that, even listening to gossip is not a good idea. Sometimes you are not saying something, but whatever is entering your buddhi is damaging your buddhi. Just think about the effect of gossip on the atmosphere, and then think about the effect of that same gossip on your mind. What is damaging the atmosphere cannot heal your mind, right? So it is doing damage to my mind also. So I don't have to engage in any listening to gossip. And I will tell you from my own experience, if you follow Baba's Srimat, if there is something that you really need to know, it will come to you. And I have hundreds of proofs of this in this BK life. That when there is really something that I need to know, it comes to me. And I don't have to, and even then I don't have to think about it, discuss it, and that just changes everything and the part finishes. So I don't have to go looking for something. And I have been that person who has not engaged in any gossip, and still, I have never been, I have not been cheated. I have not felt cheated. I've never felt like, had I engaged in, many people say that, if you don't engage in office gossip, then you will lose out on many signals or something. And in every office there's a corner where they stand and gossip or sit and gossip, and they say that it's very important to be part of that circle. I have never done that in office also. But if there was something that I needed to know, it came to me. I never engaged in it. And that one particular thing, nothing extra came to me. That one particular thing came to me, and I took advantage of that, and that helped me. So if there is really something useful for you, Baba will send it to you. You will not miss out on something through the fear of missing out. So if you are really following Srimat and there is something you really need to know, Baba will make it available to you. This is my experience. So Baba says, don't engage in gossip, just sit in remembrance of Baba. And then Baba today says that the drama is predestined. and every soul's part is predestined, and that which is already created is being created. Bani banai ban rahi, and I have Baba with me. Yes, and Baba says that the soul who knows that the drama is predestined, whatever is happening happens every 5,000 years, and then there is no way I can change it. It is an absolute prefixed, predestined drama. And then there is every soul's part is predestined, and now I have Baba. And when I have Baba, I have all attainments. And when there is this feeling, this experience that I have all attainments, then there can be no feeling of loss. And when you get sad or upset or cry, that indicates a feeling of loss, a sense of loss. But now I have Baba, and there can be no sense or experience or feeling of loss ever. And so the drama is going on just the way it is designed to go on. And my only purusharth is to not cry, not get upset in any scene, because when I have Baba, there is nothing that can make me have a feeling of loss. Yes, because having Baba is like having millions, and then before that every loss is like losing a penny. So Baba says you cannot cry over the loss of a penny when you have millions. So, and in Hindi it is said, the only one I cared for is God, and then when I have Him, then I have everything. And there is this thing that you cry when you lose. Jin khoya tin roya, not jin roya tin khoya. Not the other way around. People think that when you lose, you cry. But Baba says, when you have everything, when you have Baba, you never cry, and then you never lose. So when you cry, you lose. So Baba says that now I have Baba with me, so I can never cry because I can never lose anything. And because I never cry, there is no further loss. So this is a predestined drama. And then the second thing is, nothing changes even if you cry. So Baba says, even if you wail and cry your heart out and just tear yourself apart in tears, still if somebody is dead, he's dead. They left the body, they took another body, your crying will not bring them back. So never cry. And Baba gives us the example of leaving bodies because that is the time when people cry the most. So Baba says this is a predestined drama. Don't try to interpret it. Don't get emotional about it. It happens every cycle. It is nobody's fault. It is how it is supposed to be, and just stay in happiness. So there are always questions about how to balance the knowledge of Purusharth and drama. So the simple answer today is that drama is predestined and Purusharth is to not cry. Yes, so Baba says the drama is anyways predestined, and the effort you have to make is to not cry. So that when you keep the knowledge of drama and the knowledge of Sangam Yug that I have found Baba, then you never cry. Okay? Om Shanti.